It is the cheapest, quickest, and easiest way to provide a level of asset protection against lawsuit that you can obtain.
Welcome to the MAdvisor podcast. I'm Paul Morton, a certified financial planner professional. The MAdvisor podcast exists to help busy professionals get an educated and clear vision about money. Talking about money is difficult enough as it is. Discover the confidence in creating a customized financial plan in a calm and casual environment. Not every professional should have the same financial plan. Everyone is different. Let's celebrate that. Every financial plan should be different too. Music used in this show is by the band Forum. Discussions in this show should not be construed as specific recommendations or investment advice. Always consult with your investment professional before making important investment decisions. Securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Inc., a broker-dealer. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Cambridge Investment Research Advisors Inc., a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and MAdvisor are not affiliated.
Welcome to the MAdvisor podcast. I'm Paul Morton. The MAdvisor podcast comes out on payday, the 15th and 30th of each month. Today we're talking about umbrella insurance and personal umbrella insurance. PUP is what you will see on your insurance statement. That stands for personal umbrella policy. And an umbrella insurance policy is an additional liability policy that sits on top of your car insurance. That's how you purchase it, is through your car insurance. But it also covers your homeowner's insurance and beyond. So in order to get umbrella insurance, you have to have the right car insurance first. So we're going to talk a little bit about car insurance, and then we're going to talk a little bit about umbrella insurance. But first, what is umbrella insurance? And in my opinion, the most important component to umbrella insurance is the lawsuit protection, the liability protection against lawsuit. That is gigantic in financial planning. It is the cheapest, quickest, and easiest way to provide a level of asset protection against lawsuit that you can obtain. So when we are doing some sort of asset protection for physicians, that's always the first step. And really, when I'm setting up a financial plan for a new client, one of the very first things I look at is that car insurance policy. If the car insurance policy does not have an umbrella policy attached to it, that is the very first thing to change for a couple of reasons. One, it can have a huge impact. If you get sued for any reason, the umbrella policy comes into play. But two, it's super quick to take care of, it's super cheap to take care of, and it's super easy to take care of. So in probably 2 minutes or 3 minutes of your time, you can change the entire way your assets are protected in a much bigger and more robust manner. Now let's talk about how to get an umbrella policy. An umbrella policy is attached to your car insurance plan. And so you have to have a certain limit or a certain level of coverage, an amount of coverage in your car insurance policy in order for the insurance company to justify an umbrella policy. So what I always, or at least almost always recommend, is to reduce the car insurance as much as you possibly can while having the ability to purchase an umbrella policy. So what I usually say, and what I usually send an email to someone's car insurance agent requesting quotes for the minimum coverage necessary to justify an umbrella policy. And that's usually going to increase your car insurance coverage. What I also want to look at is your deductibles in your car insurance. The standard deductible that I see is going to be anywhere from $250 to $500. So a deductible is basically like a co-payment. So what you have to pay or contribute to a claim. Typically, if we get in a small fender bender type situation and there's only a couple $100 of damage, that's not going to go through a claim unless somebody's hurt. So what I usually recommend, if your savings level is at the right place, if your savings account has a decent amount of money in it, then you can raise your deductible to $1,000. Both your comprehensive and your collision deductible, both of those can be raised to $1,000. What the deductible does is it determines the price of the car insurance. So the higher the deductible, the more you as the insured have to pay out, the cheaper it is for the insurance policy. So when we raise our car insurance limits to obtain an umbrella policy and we raise our deductible, a lot of times our premium will go unchanged, and sometimes it will even decrease. So we get more insurance with a higher deductible for less premium sometimes. Then you add an umbrella policy. And an umbrella policy typically comes in units or in amounts of $1 million. So you can buy $1 million of umbrella, $2 million of umbrella, 3, 4, sometimes up to $5 million of umbrella insurance without the insurance company needing additional information from you, such as a balance sheet, like without them questioning, why do you want so much umbrella insurance? And $1 million of umbrella insurance is typically, on average, about $200 to $250 per year. So that translates to $16 to $20 per month. $1 million of umbrella insurance is super cheap. So obtaining the umbrella policy is usually really simple, really easy, really affordable. Now, here are a couple things that will make umbrella insurance not so affordable, because if you fit into a category where umbrella insurance is expensive to you, then it could be really expensive. So one, if you have 16-year-old drivers, then umbrella insurance, one, is more important than ever, but two, is more expensive. Another reason that umbrella insurance could be more expensive if you've had a personal lawsuit lately against you. Another reason umbrella insurance could be expensive if you've had a lot of car accidents on your record in the past. That could make it more expensive. And then also, if you have elderly drivers on your insurance, then that could also make the car insurance more expensive, or the umbrella insurance more expensive. So what we've done is we've changed our car insurance to justify an umbrella policy. We've changed the deductibles on the car insurance to lower the premium on our car insurance. And then we added the, let's call it $1 million of umbrella insurance for $20 a month. A lot of times, to do all of that, you might only have a $20 a month addition in premium, but sometimes there's no addition in premium. And what you get is usually about $500,000 of car insurance. That's what the limits are for most insurance carriers in most states to justify the umbrella policy. So that's your first line of defense against personal lawsuit, is that $500,000. And then you add the $1 million of umbrella insurance. So you have $1.5 million of lawsuit protection sitting in your insurance portfolio now for essentially the same premium you were paying for, let's call it $300,000 or $200,000 of car insurance only, just by changing the deductibles and requesting a different amount of car insurance, it opens up the world of personal umbrella insurance to you. Personal umbrella insurance I also refer to sometimes as white coat insurance. I work with lots of physicians, and as a physician, a lot of times we go buy a fancy car, or sometimes we have this little plate around your license plate that says, "Hey, I'm a physician." Or you might have a sticker that says, "I'm a physician." If you get in a car accident and you step out, you're wearing scrubs, a white coat, or you have still a stethoscope in your pocket, it can signal, "Hey, I'm important and I earn a lot of money and you should sue me." So having those identifiers that say I'm important, I have money, or just I'm a physician in general can lead to a target on you for personal lawsuit. Not saying that it does, I'm just saying it can. So in situations where you have a person get involved in an accident with a physician, and that person is somewhat struggling financially, maybe they refuse or cannot provide for themselves, it can sometimes spark an opportunistic behavior to try to get what you can from someone else. And so I have had that happen to clients where they have gotten sued and it seemed to be frivolous. And I've had clients win the lawsuit because the lawsuit got thrown out, and I've had clients lose the lawsuit. Umbrella insurance comes in and pays for that liability if your car insurance is exhausted. And usually in a lawsuit where there's an injury, a lot of times there can be a lot of zeros attached to that number, that figure. It could be $1 million or more. And if there is a frivolous lawsuit that goes on and on and on, the umbrella insurance can help pay for those court costs. Here's one thing that you get as a byproduct of having a lot of insurance coverage from a property and casualty company, a car insurance company. So let's look at not having it versus having a lot of insurance. So if you have the state minimums, in Oklahoma, the state minimum is a total of $50,000 of car insurance, $25,000 for property damage and $25,000 for medical expenses to others. So then $50,000 of total car insurance is the minimum in my state. If you get in an accident and it results in a lawsuit, maybe a personal injury situation, and it's going to be in like the hundreds of thousands or $1 million range of liability, that car insurance company steps in, they write a $50,000 check or 25 or whatever it may be that caps them out, and then they're out of the situation. They are no longer involved in all of that litigation and that lawsuit. They've done their job and they're done. Their costs are capped. And for a large insurance company, $25,000 is meaningless. That doesn't buy lunch for them. On the flip side, if you have $1.5 million of a potential claim on the line, or if you had a $2 million umbrella insurance policy or $3 or whatever, and you had a much bigger insurance liability as a result of an accident, you don't just get the $25,000 or $50,000 checkbook. You usually get the insurance company's attorneys for litigation day. So umbrella insurance is super easy to obtain. It's super cheap to obtain, and it is very quick to get in place for the most part and in most cases. Umbrella insurance is one of the first things I tell new clients to go obtain when they don't have an umbrella insurance policy. I'm Paul Morton with M-Advisor. I help physicians with their financial planning. m-advisor.com is my website, and it has more content and information. And once again, I appreciate you being here and listening to the M-Advisor podcast.